Hey guys, welcome back to Wilderness Survival. My name is Cassidy Voss, and this is the Joshua podcast. Today we're here back again for another Meet the Staff because we had 2 new staff members join the team this season, which is so exciting. So we had Joey Miller, who you guys met in the last episode, and then now we have Becca Thiessen. Hi, Becca. Thanks for joining me on the podcast.
Of course.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about, what is your job here at Joshua? What do you do?
I am the new women's RD here at Joshua, so I get to walk alongside all of the girls that are in the program and the boys too, but main focus is with all of the girls. I get to run girls' nights, plan theme dinners, just be with them as they're figuring life out here at Joshua. It is a lot, and especially just being a month in, there's a lot of ups and downs, so just getting to walk alongside them.
Yeah, for sure. It is a big task to take on the entire girl community here at Joshua. There's a lot that we go through, a lot that we do, but it's been, so encouraging having you just step onto this team with such confidence and such joy. I know that you've had such a long period and history with Hume, and so it's sweet to see the ways that you get to be a part of this ministry now, even though you're not in camp ministry anymore. It's like the long term. The marathon, not the sprint. So tell us a little bit about, your background. How did you come to Hume?
Yeah, I grew up in a Christian home. I'm actually just from Fresno, which is like an hour and a half down the hill. My dad's a pastor at a church down there, so grew up there. I lived there for most of my life before I actually went and did Bible school. I did a gap year program that wasn't Joshua. God really changed my life there and really set me on a course like, man, this is how I'm going to live. And I don't want to do anything else except live for him. So that was amazing and super transformative. And I ended up going to college at Grand Canyon University down in Phoenix, Arizona. I was studying education and just felt like that was not where the Lord was calling me to. I spent a good amount of time wrestling with that, but eventually I kind of graduated and was like, I don't really have a plan of what I'm going to do next. And had always grown up going to Hume with my church for camps and stuff, and was like, man, I want to work there one day. And so I graduated college and I was like, what am I going to do? So that summer I applied to work as a counselor up here. And so ended up coming up and working a summer, and it was so awesome and so freeing, and just knew that that was exactly where God had called me for that season, and ended up staying. And I have been here, like you mentioned, for the past 2 years, just working in camp. So working outdoor education, working winter camp, summer in Ponderosa and Meadow Ranch. So I've had my hand in a lot of camps, but Joshua is definitely new, and God just really opened doors to be up here. So it has been really cool to see his faithfulness and all of that.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned, and I know this about you, but you've gone, to this other discipleship program, this other gap year program. How has that been for you, going through something so formative and life-changing for you to be able to step into a similar experience or capacity for these students? Has that been cool to be a part of something like this?
Totally. I think it just reminds me of how much growth there is and potential for that. I think it's cool to have a little bit of a different perspective of I didn't necessarily do Joshua, but I also went through a lot of the similar things that the girls are experiencing. And so it has been cool to draw from those experiences, but also recognize that this is a little bit different. But it has been helpful and cool to reflect on my own life too, and pull things and have to really dig and be like, man, what have I learned? And then try and just walk alongside girls and helping them figure out things that they're learning as well. Has been really cool.
Yeah. Why do you think that Joshua, or your job here as the women's RD, is important to you?
Yeah, I think it's important to keep these girls accountable too and what they're doing, and have someone in their life that maybe has had a little bit more experience. I'm a lot older than a lot of the girls, and so to have someone that they can go to and be like, man, I'm struggling with these things, not that I have all the answers for them, but just to be a listening ear for them, and just kind of give them sound advice and be like, it's okay that you're dealing with these things. We're all walking through our own wildernesses. And so just to be available to them and know that they have a safe space to come to, and not that it's ever going to be oh, I'm judging you for the things that are happening, but just being no, this is good. And God is going to stretch you, but that's where we want you to be. And so to just be able to encourage them in that, and just for them to know that it's okay to be in the midst of struggle. But also, how do I pursue Christ more in that? So it pushes them, but it also pushes me, because I'm like, oh man, I'm in the midst of my own struggles too. So how can I be pushed closer to Christ as well?
Yeah, what do you feel like are your like goals or your personal goals with this job? I know you mentioned that like this has been stretching and growing for you too. So I'd love to just hear about like, yeah, what are the things that you bring to this job that you want to implement or do?
Yeah. I've been working in camp for like 2 years now, and that's like very fast paced. Like, come 1 week, like leave the next. Like, campers are only here, your team's here for like 3 months. And this is like a whole year walking alongside the same people. And so my goals is just to learn how to be a better disciple of Christ, like walking alongside people for a long term. And also just how to like lead well in a program like this, where there are people like kind of looking to you for things, and it's like, I don't have all the answers, so how do I turn to Christ and like to God for the answers, not like thinking that I can do everything on my own. So that has been a huge goal. I want to embrace the imperfects, so recognizing that I don't have it all together, but God does, and so that's enough, and I can just show up and know that He's going to work through me, and that's going to be great.
Yeah. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know that this is also still so new for you. Like there's a lot of transition and change, but you've been here for like 2 months on staff. What has there been a memory that stood out or something fun that's happened that you remember?
I loved, last week we did a girls' night. We had like a s'mores fire pit up at Inspiration Point. So like a little bit of stargazing, s'mores, and then I got to share my testimony with all the girls. So
Sweet.
It was super fun. I love that kind of stuff, and just like literally taking advantage of the national forest.
Yes.
I love being outside and stuff. So that was just a cool all around opportunity to serve them, but also just have fun.
Yeah, sweet to bond with the girls and like just hang out.
So anything like that is right up my alley.
Yes, so good. Well, what are your like favorite parts of what you do? Is it that like student interaction? Like, what do you love about your job? What keeps you alive?
I do love being with students. I also love planning things. So our theme dinners that we plan literally is like so much fun for me. Just like, planning girls' nights and stuff like that. Those are definitely my favorite things. But also doing our like little electives that we have.
So fun.
We did Pilates, line dancing was like so fun. So I love those just like little things where you're like doing life alongside one another, but also like in a very fun way.
Yeah.
So those are my favorite things.
Yeah, the electives have been a super fun change that we haven't had the last 2 years, but this year is something they implemented. And so it's been so fun to watch as the staff has kind of created like these fun activities, whether it's line dancing or Pilates or Zumba or hiking to Tarzan Falls or all these things, just to like, do life along with students. I think that's so important in a program where we do so much, to just have time to be with students and to just meet them where they're at and like have fun. And like there's a lot that we do here, but we also have a ton of fun.
It's not all serious.
Yeah, it's not all serious at all. What do you think, like, as you think about the girl community, are the types of environments or culture that you're trying to create specifically?
Yeah, I told them all this, like, on orientation day. I want the girl community to be a space of openness.
Yeah.
So openness, like, in our hearts and in our lives, but also just, like, having our doors open, like, on the halls, and just being able to come and chat with one another.
Yeah.
Also in, like, my own heart, like, I'm open to whatever they have and whatever they need to like come to me with. But also that they would have that with each other, because obviously they're the ones like truly doing life with each other day in and day out. So openness is like the word that I like want and have prayed over for this girl community.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Do you think, as future students are doing research and hearing and trying to understand, what are advice that you have for them as they think about stepping into something like Joshua?
Yeah, I do it. Like, I think gap years are so cool, and you will not regret the time that you spend setting aside to chase after the Lord. Like, you're just never going to get that back. And people always say that, but you just like, you don't understand it until you do it. And so have open hands with like what God is calling you to, and be willing to like step into the uncomfortable, because as much as we like hate being there, that's where we're growing, and that's where God is stretching us. So definitely do it. It's like, yes, you just won't regret it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the non-traditional school route and like going where God has you, because I think that something like Joshua can be so forming for who you are as a person. So that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for just joining me here on the podcast and being here to, share a little bit of your heart and who you are for the girl community here at Joshua. But it's been a huge blessing and a pleasure to have you here on this team and just serving alongside the rest of us. So we're glad that you're here.
Thanks, Cassidy.
Yeah, thanks, Becca. Thanks for joining us, guys, on another Meet the Staff episode here on Wilderness Survival. If you guys want to hear more from us, we've got more episodes up on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. We have a ton going on our Instagram to stay updated. We've got a blog that's live where students are actively posting things that they're going through. But yeah, we're so excited that you guys are here and hope you guys have a great day. We'll catch you later. Bye, guys.
Yeah.